Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. Thanks so much for joining me. Today, this is the project that we're going to be making. This is a boys treat box for like a birthday party, which I think you can hold quite a few treats in there. We're going to make a girls treat version. Now I'm using the Magical Day stamp set with the Magical Mates framelit dies. These all retire end of May or before, if they sell out before then. This is a must-have in my opinion, and it's one that I will not be getting rid of. I have used this for elderly people, for children. Like it's just a great stamp set, and it's got a lot of variety. We've got unicorns and magicians, knights and dragons and mermaids, so who doesn't like magical? So like I said, we're making a girl version, and because I'm focusing on retiring products, we're making it in Pink Pirouette. This one I actually made a little while ago, and I probably should have made it in Soft Sky, made another one in Soft Sky, but this one's Pool Party. So if you're looking at getting rid of some of your stash, you could make a Pink Pirouette and Soft Sky one, boy and a girl's version. So this one's the Knights and Dragons. We're going to do a mermaid one. So I'll move these out the side. Now all the measurements and supplies are on my blog, and you can find that in the description of this video. Also in the description of this video is my link to my online store where you can buy all your Stampin' Up supplies. If you use the Hostess code for the month, I will send you a free gift. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start making the box, and our first score line is going to be 2.5, 3 1/4, 5 3/4, and 6.5. I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to score at 3/4, and this is going to be the bottom tab of the box. Now I also have another piece of Pink Pirouette, which is going to be the lid, and we're going to score that one at 3/4 and 1.5. That's all for the scoring. Put this one away. Now I'm going to bring in the unicorn stamp and Pink Pirouette ink. I had it away. And we're just going to randomly stamp all the way around with the mermaid. Oh, sorry. Not the mermaid. This one's going to be the unicorn. Now, I don't even have little kids at home anymore. I've got a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old. But if you scrapbook, this is perfect to scrapbook some of your children's pages. I know my kids used to love dressing up, and they've got dress ups in all sorts of things, so this will be able to use that as well. So also for the lid, we're just going to do the same thing. Now just as a reminder, if you own this ink pad or any of the retiring ink pads and you don't own the re-inkers, make sure you pick those up before they sell out, because it's only until stocks last, and they do sell out fairly fast. Okay, so now I'm just going to fold and burnish all those score lines. This is a pretty quick and easy box. I love making boxes. And this one as well. So we're going to cut up each of these score marks up to that line. And on these tabs we're going to just notch in a little, just to make it easier when we're putting our box together. Now you can see this is the larger tab and this one's a smaller tab. So on the very bottom, we're going to completely get rid of this bottom one. So just like that. Now we're just going to put it all together. So the smaller of the two ends, that's the one that we're going to glue. Pop some glue on this one. And you can use Tombow, you can use Fast Fuse, Snail, although Snail's probably not the best for boxes. I'm just going to line those edges up. Just like that. Now this is our back of the box because that's a little bit in there. So we're going to put these two in first. This one down. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue there. And then glue this one down. And I'm just going to stick my bone folder down there to push it down. Tombow glue is really good. It doesn't take long to dry. You just hold it for a few seconds and you're all good to go. And I'm just going to push down that side as well so it's all down. And I'm going to bring in my 1/2 inch circle punch, and on the very front bit I'm just going to take it into about halfway just to give it a little tab there. And then for our lid, you can see the smaller one and then the larger one here. We're going to round the edge of the larger one here. Stampin' Up's bringing a new corner rounder in the new catalogue. And we're just going to glue this into the box, and I'm just going to tape off a little just so it fits in just that little bit easier. Like that. And that's going to go in to that first score line. I'm going to pop some glue on here. So hopefully you can see that on the camera. I'm always all fingers and thumbs. So just popping the bone folder in, squishing that down again. That's it, nice and easy. Okay, for our embellishments, we also have a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp the unicorn again, and we're using Memento ink because we're using Stampin' Blends. Now I have Pink Pirouette, so because Pink Pirouette is retiring, the Pink Pirouette Stampin' Blends will be retiring as well. So I'm going to ink up the unicorn, stamp him down. Just going to pop that away for a second just to let that dry. So the other thing that's retiring is the Dazzling Details glimmer paper, and we're going to cut this out with one of the layering circles framelits. So just going to move these aside, bring the big shot in, and I'll do a little bit of use on the big shot. So I can put that one down, and I'm also going to put this one down and the framelits for it. Now you can please yourself if it's easier to colour it in first before die cutting it, but because I've already got it out, I'm just going to run it through at the same time. Whoops. So I have another piece of pink pirouette that I'm just going to use with the Starburst punch. Punch one of those out, and that's going to just layer there on top. So we might colour this one in now, and the Stampin' blends come in two different colours, the light and the dark. So what I like to do first is use the dark to highlight. And on this one, I'm just going to highlight around the little spots here. I'm also going to highlight the mane. Now, I'm not good with fussy things, but I find that even when I do this, it looks really good. I'm also going to just do a little bit of a line down here just for some shading. And I might do as well. So just like that. Now I'm going to bring the light one in. Now if you haven't seen this before, there's two ends. There's like a bullet end for finer work, and then a brush tip end. So I'm going to use the brush to colour the rest of it in. And what they do is they're alcohol-based markers, but they blend the colours together, so you don't have that harsh line. Like, you can't do this with the Stampin' Right markers because you'll end up with harsh lines. Whereas this, just see how that just blended in? Now these aren't refillable, but they're quite cheap, so you can just buy, you can buy them individually. It's not like the markers where you have to buy the set or sets for them. You can buy them as an individual pen, so when they run out, when one runs out, and you usually find your light runs out before your dark, you can just buy the light. I find if you colour in circles, that also works a little bit better. And we'll just do his tail. So there's new colours coming out in the new catalogue as well. So that's really exciting. Okay. Now I can go back in with the dark one and add a little bit more detail if I like. Just like that. But that's pretty cute. I like that. So what I might do is I'll just add some dimensionals to this one to attach to the glimmer paper. And I'm going to bring in my minis for these ones because they're so tiny. Has anyone used these minis yet? They're great in size. I don't mind cutting up my dimensionals normally, but sometimes these are just quick and easy to grab. I'm probably going over here. That's all right. Take the backings off. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. And I'm going to just, because we've already added a few layers here already, I'm just going to glue straight down onto this. I think any child would love these as a party favour. And you're not using a lot of supplies, and they're pretty quite quick and easy to make. What do you think? So, retiring things as Pink Pirouette, Dazzling Diamonds, Pink Pirouette Stamping Blends. If you have any of the retiring colours and you don't have the re-inkers, please make sure you get them. You'll be kicking yourself if they sell out before you get them. If you've enjoyed this project, and I hope that you give it a thumbs up. I'd love it if you left me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I have a new video coming up very soon. And thanks so much for joining me. Now, one last thing. I still have a couple more of these swap cards to give away. So if you would like me to send you a card, in the description of this video you can see my email address. Just pop me an email with your address and I will send one out in the mail for you. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a good day. Bye.